Well, we have one more eclipse in Leo, and hopefully it doesn't put us into center stage and have us drama kings or queens, and maybe we can stay under the radar. And my second announcement is my other channel, Brothers of the Sword Productions, now has Oak Island Prophesy Part 5, titled My Treasure Location, and I actually identify a location on Oak Island where a possible treasure exists. If you're interested, the link is down below in the description box. Now, we've been through quite a bit with these series of eclipses last month, and the dust certainly hasn't settled. And we have Mercury and Mars retrograde. And right now, we're just trying to regain our energy with Mars retrograde. This has been a struggle, and it's been a struggle with relationships too. And you have somewhat of a love reading here, Gemini. Now let's digress. The rune that you received was Tiwaz. This is about their war god. And you think Norse come rushing in with their swords, but it's kind of funny. It's about balance and justice and using logic to find this balance. It's about sacrificing for the whole of community. It's about victory and success. It really does appear that justice and judgment had a moral compass to them. And I think that's what's being pointed out right now. And the Minciati card that I picked for you, a deck that I put together that's got all the senses, the elements, the zodiac signs, chaos, and infinity. You actually received infinity. And this does signify love to me because it really is about the boundless and endless, unlimited. And that's what I equate to love. Now I pulled two overall energy cards, the Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. I think the Emperor just fell out. He wanted to come out. So now you have a decision card, the Two card, a card about juggling things around. And recently I think it's been your energy. And having to deal with a lot of responsibilities at home and at work. Any Two card really signifies partnership, decision, and balance. I think we all want all of the above. And here the Emperor is about taking control. This is a card about empowerment, making sure you got a handle on the steering wheel of your boat and making sure you're driving the boat. You know, this is about organizing things out of chaos, making rules, laws, boundaries, setting lines, telling people they can't go over that line. I think recently people have been acting really weird. And really, you can't have them stepping over certain lines in your life. You know, he's suggesting that you make a framework, a structure, so everybody knows the rules. And there isn't any trespassing. Now, the cards on the left, for what you know, you receive two major arcana cards, the Lover's card and the Hermit card. The Lover's is about deeds and desires and making choices. The choices we make where our love and affection goes usually dictates our life. Where we go, what we do, and how we do it. This is about reinforcing stronger bonds for your relationships with people and all different types of people. It's not just lovers, but it's family, friends, even co-workers. But with the Hermit's presence there, it's saying that maybe it's time for you to go within. This is the time for review and release. Well, and most importantly, reality. And that's what the Hermit is saying, that you've got to shine a light on some things. Review them. See if they're serving you in your life. And sometimes you're just going to have to shed some things that are no longer serving you anymore. And in this case, it's shining a light on your emotions. Although we want to have these relationships, there's still an independent part of us that has to go inside and make some decisions. The Hermit is seeking wisdom to make the right decisions in the reality of your relationships and where you direct your affections. But there's a warning next door in the cards because you received the Temperance and the Two of Swords. And this is what is or can be yours. You have to acquire temperance, moderation. It's kind of funny, you've got the Emperor up there suggesting that you take control of your life in the physical realm And then you have the Temperance card down there suggesting that you take control of yourself in the spiritual realm. This is connected to the Hermit card. It's time to start governing your thoughts for the positive things that can happen in your life and making sure there's some spiritual well-being within yourself and spread around with other people that you love and care about. This is where the Two of Pentacles is warning you about finding balance, making the right decisions, and finding the right partnerships that are going to ameliorate and accentuate your life. With this series of eclipses behind us, we had a very rough road relationship-wise. And maybe it's time for a little healing, a little reorganizing. Now the Two of Swords is saying you have another decision to make or more decisions to make. But there's opposing forces that are hitting you hard. You're in some type of dilemma. You're not quite sure what you want to do. But you have to understand that not making a decision is also a decision in itself. And sometimes maybe you should really govern things with a guiding hand, at least to make enough of a decision to feel like there isn't a risk factor involved in it anymore. But you have some really positive cards next door for your awareness or your self-awareness, because you have the Three of Wands and the Six of Wands. You've got some fire energy. The Three of Wands is like you're hitting the ground running now. There's some momentum now. The wheels are moving, and it's starting to go faster and faster, and you've made some decisions. You've looked over the horizons and seen what opportunities you have, and now you're starting to move forward. And it's saying that it's going to be a really celebrational thing, because the Six of Wands is about celebrating. You're going to succeed, have some type of victory. People are going to recognize it as well. The Six, again, is just like the number 6 for the Lovers card, though. There is some sacrifices involved in success as well as failure. But the Six of Wands is saying that you showed some acumen. You had some prowess. You did something that somebody else really didn't want to do or couldn't do. Now you're going to find this success if you take control of things and get a grip. Take advantage of the empowerment that the Emperor is bringing in, so you can make the right decisions with the Two of Pentacles, the Lovers card, and the Two of Swords, which are all decision cards. Now the cards for the future are good. You've got the High Priestess, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. I love that card. Seven of Cups. You have Temperance again. Moderate yourself. Make sure you don't go all for the deep end. Wig out over things. The High Priestess is about intuition, dreams, synchronicities that are just going boom, boom, boom and coming at the right time in the right place. You're the one that has to interpret these things, though, and her messages are really subtle. There's signs all around you, but you have to see them. People look but never see. Now the Knight up there with the cup, he's holding a cup of opportunity for you. This card represents departures and returns, reunions of some sort. So somebody from your past could be walking back into your life, or somebody new could be showing up and making a big difference in it. The Nine of Pentacles is a card about repleteness and being whole within yourself. That's where the Hermit back there is telling you to be. Regardless if in your relationship or not, you have to be a whole person before you start a relationship and before you can love. This card is about fulfillment, happiness, and satisfaction. Now the Seven of Cups under there is back to decisions. You know, in order to balance life, we have to keep making decision after decision after decision. But just make sure the guidance that you're having from these Temperance cards, which can indicate spiritual guides, deceased old friends, lovers, family, maybe even a deceased master, is helping you along. And shine that light that the Hermit has in his hand for guidance to help you with these Temperance cards, to make the right decisions. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.